And our top breaking news, India has issued its first response to Asim Munir. The MEA has called comments by Asim Munir just nuclear sabre-rattling. In a statement, the MEA said that such remarks underscored doubts about the integrity of Pakistan's nuclear command and control, particularly in a state where the military is hands in glove with terrorist groups. The ministry termed it regrettable that the comments were made from the soil of a friendly third country, which is the United States of America. My colleague Aditya Vadwan with us on the broadcast. Aditya, take our viewers through the details. India has now responded to a fresh threat by Asim Munir.
Well, absolutely, Devika. The MEA has responded to such stupid statements by the Pakistani Army General Asim Munir. He has been, this statement by the Asim Munir completely shows his frustration that he has been having since the Indian Army, the Indian Air Force had launched the Operation Sindoor in Pakistan, which destroyed several Pakistani air bases and completely. So at this juncture, we have seen, the US President Donald Trump has had back-to-back meetings with Pakistani Army General Asim Munir, and which has, to some extent, they have given put Asim Munir in a very false state of mind that he is getting emboldened. However, in the hindsight, there are political turmoil that is going on in Pakistan, and there is an intense pressure on the military leadership and the Pakistani civilian leadership. So at this juncture, it needs to be seen that Pakistan is already about to enter the grey list of the Financial Action Task Force, and that is why from time to time he's making such silly statements. So at this juncture, it needs to be seen from here on how does the world react to this, because he has particularly made these statements while being in the United States of America. Yes, Devika.
Stay on with me, Aditya. We also have with us Major Anuj Mathur, defense expert, with me on the broadcast. Major Mathur, what do you make, sir, of this fresh war of words that seems to have broken out between India and Pakistan, and especially the fact that Asim Munir has had the gumption to make such a threat from the United States of America?
Jain, the fact is very, very clear. Asim Munir's statements are a result of the fact that Pakistani establishment, so also Pakistan's armed forces, are aware that they've been given a very serious drubbing in the 4-day skirmish between India and Pakistan. Now he is trying to sort of come out with an explanation, saying that in case he compared India and Pakistan with a Mercedes and a truck or something like that. So the fact of the matter is that Asim Munir is trying to do saber-rattling again. One thought that after the action of 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th May, this saber-rattling had been done away with for good. But unfortunately, Asim Munir is doing it. There are two specific reasons for that. One, he is the one who's trying to call the shots, and who's prompting him to believe in that he's the man in Pakistan is Mr. Trump, because he's the one who called him for a lunch on 12th of June, and now again he has invited him to come to America. A statement coming from a de facto head of nation from America, that too, it's just coincidence it came in Trump's state from Florida, and he is trying to tell the world that he's threatening the world that I will take half the world away with me. This is a most unfortunate and irresponsible statement, and it is a result of some kind of a fear psychosis which has gone into the minds of Pakistani establishment and Pakistani army. They have been shown the way by two important things. One, the political will of India to escalate the action without creating a situation of a nuclear standoff. One, that's the will. Two is the capability of the Indian armed forces. So I feel that this has been a very, very poor statement, and the response given by the government of India, the Ministry of External Affairs, is very measured. and that they have said very categorically that this kind of nuclear saber-rattling has got no meaning. One thing that the world community must see is that we have a nation which is nuclear power and it's so irresponsible that they openly, from a third country, trying to threaten the whole world. They are going through a very, very severe financial crisis, and also their involvement, which has been established now beyond doubt after the three Pahalgam terrorists have been neutralized. So there is a possibility of their getting into black, if not black, surely into the grey list of FATF, and that will further aggravate the problem of the Pakistanis. Secondly, they have not been able to fulfill the conditions of IMF. They had laid down 4 or 5 conditions. They have been able to fulfill only 1 or 2. So there is a possibility and there is a fear in Pakistan that they are going in for a further financial crisis, and that is why he is trying to create some kind of environment, and that he is trying to threaten the world that if you take action against us and if you take us to a brink of dismemberment, we are willing to go to any extent. Very urgent need, Devika, now to make sure that this irresponsible rogue nation, which is the epicenter of terrorists, is deprived and disrobed of this nuclear power. Otherwise, it can actually by itself do something, or this nuclear arsenal may fall into the hands of terrorists which they harbor. And I think that is a very, very dangerous sign for the world, and they need to do something very, very urgently.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast, Munir and Mathur, with your thoughts.